Coaching hires. We had a couple coaching hires. RAHEEM Morris. Let's start there. RAHEEM he's getting another chance. He was the coach at Tampa. He was too young, I think. Too young. 27-year-old head coach. You got guys that are 35, 36. It's not that you can't be the same age or maybe somebody can't be a little older than you, but I would say the majority of the locker room was his age or older. That's tough to be a leader of men. That's tough. At 27, I'm not sure you could lead yourself that much more than, and then talking about leading men, I think that's just tough. I think that's just tough. Not to mention he was going out with the guys, hanging out at the strip club, partying with the guy. You can't do that as the head coach. You cannot do that as the head coach. It's one thing if y'all go out to dinner. Okay. And that might even be pushing it, going out to dinner. Go to a charity event. You can definitely do that. But you can't go to the strip club with the fellas, say, hey, man, after practice, we're going down to the strip club. Come on down with me, man. I'm riding. I'm driving. Ride with me. You can't do that as the head coach. Can y'all imagine Andy Reid saying, hey, man, telling Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey, Chris Jones, or taking the O-line, saying, hey, O-line, let's go, man. Strip club's on me tonight. Come on, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. So, and that's the whole thing. He was just too young to be even put in that situation. Now, granted, yeah, you're going to take that opportunity when it comes, but he was just too young. He was just too young. And I know there's some people that think, man, 15 years is a long time. Well, hey, man, first of all, how do you know when he was going to get the opportunity initially? How do you know when he should have gotten his first opportunity initially? Was it 31? Was it 28? Was it 37? We don't know. So saying that he had to wait another 15 years, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I mean, who knows how long it takes to get that bad taste out of their mouth? Because owners knew what he was doing. Owners knew. So that's the whole problem with that. But I'm glad he got his second chance because I think he deserves it. I think he's a good football coach. I think what he is doing, what he did with the Rams, he's a Super Bowl caliber defensive coordinator. He absolutely is that. So good for him. Good for RAHEEM Morris. And if they can find a quarterback, here's a scenario. Y'all let me know what you think about this scenario. You got RAHEEM Morris. He's going to come in and make the defense even better than what it already was. Don't you make a phone call to Eric Bieniemy? I think you do. I think you make a phone call to Eric Bieniemy and bring him in as your offensive coordinator. That's what I would do. Then you got to go find a quarterback. But I think Eric Bieniemy, I think that's the first phone call that you make. And maybe that's his plan. That's the first phone call that you make. Eric Bieniemy. Because unfortunately, it looks like Eric Bieniemy's chances in his time to be a head coach, I think that is past. I think that is past. Whatever the reason that he is not a head coach, whatever it is, it's pretty clear that owners don't want to hire him. They're not comfortable with him. So whatever it is, man, it is what it is at this point. If he wants to stay in the league, which I'm quite sure that he does, because he is an excellent offensive football coach. Look at Kansas City. Look at Kansas City without him. They struggled. So, and I just think that's the first phone call you make if I'm RAHEEM Morris. I bring in Eric Bieniemy. I say, hey, man, come be my offensive coordinator. We're going to get you a quarterback. We are going to get you a legitimate quarterback. You're not going to have to worry about Sam Howell. We're definitely not going to stick with Ritter or Tyler Heineke being the offensive or being the quarterback. We're going to go get you a quarterback. We got some cap space. We got some capital. We're going to go get a guy. And I don't think, and let me ask y'all this. I don't think that Atlanta should even stick with getting a rookie. I think they need to go get a veteran. I think they need to trade for Russell Wilson. and just I don't know if they got the money to pay Kirk Cousins. I don't know if you'd want to do that, but maybe. I just think I don't think they should just sell themselves short with a rookie. I think they should go get a guy that can come in and play right now because they were basically a quarterback away from winning that division. We know that. They were a quarterback away from winning that division. So I like getting Eric Bieniemy to come run that offense, go get you a quarterback. I think Atlanta's got something, people. Yeah, talking about trading for Kyler Murray, I'd do that. Now, it's going to be crazy. I mean, if the Cardinals are asking for something stupid, I'm not giving you something stupid. I'm not giving you 2 first-round picks for Kyler Murray. You ain't getting that. You signed Kyler to that contract that you want out of. So you either come to the table and make it make sense. Hey, how about that? Make it make sense. Or you can keep him. But that's what I would do, man. That's what I would do. Good for him. Got another coach. I think his name is Canellis. Dave Canellis. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's how I'm going to pronounce it till otherwise. Going to Carolina. Now, I don't know, people. I don't know. I just, oh, man. I just don't know about that Carolina job. I know it's an NFL job. It's one of 32 highly coveted jobs in this world. I'm just not sure that I would be ready to just jump at that as my first opportunity. You got an owner that meddles tremendously. And he's not a football guy. He's not a football guy. And he gets in the way. Just continuously meddles, will dress you down in meetings in front of your subordinates. I just don't know that that's the first job that I'd jump at. You would have to give me a minimum of a 6-year contract. Otherwise, I'm not coming to work for you. Your reputation precedes itself. I'm not coming to work for you for nonsense. So, yeah, he's a hedge fund guy. We know, and that's fine. You could be a hedge fund guy. You can be that. Stay out of football business, though. Hire football people to run your football team. You don't know how to do it. Don't tell me what I need to do. I know we got to win. We got some troubles. Figure it out. So, but yeah. So Dave Cannell, he did a good job with Baker Mayfield this year, though. He did a really good job with Baker Mayfield this year in Tampa. They won a division, won a playoff game it wasn't on the road. It was at home. Beat Philly, smacked Philly around. Got to give him credit. I think he became a candidate basically the last 2 or 3 weeks. And he parlayed that into a head coaching job. Good for him. I don't know if it's the job that I would want, but if that's the only head coaching job you should get, pause, by the way. If that's the only head coaching job that you can get, then by all means, go take that job, man. Go take that job. Good for him. We got some talk over here on YouTube. My man, Patrick Cockrell, always shows up. What's going on, Patrick? He said, Kyler Murray, I don't think is very reliable with his history of not studying film. Yeah. Kyler is a top 10 talent. Kyler Murray is for sure a top 10 talent. But I'm just not sure that he's a top 10 quarterback. I don't know that I would want him over other guys. I'm not sure. With everything that comes with him, he would have to show me more maturity. My man, James Richards, who always shows up. What's going on, James? Crazy to see Vrabel is not coaching a team yet. Yeah. Absolutely. Thanks for the gifts, Austin. We appreciate it, man. But yeah, we thought Vrabel was going to be possibly the first guy gone. And people thought he was going to New England. And I just thought, man, he's not going to New England because why would you get rid of Belichick to bring in Vrabel if supposedly he's a carbon copy? What's the point? Which leads me to believe that he's not going to go to Seattle either because why would you get rid of Pete Carroll just to bring in Mike Vrabel? What, a younger version of Pete Carroll? What's the point in that? I don't get it. So, and I'm not saying Vrabel won't end up in Seattle. I'm just saying it wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So we got 2 openings left, Seattle and Washington. And I think the word on the street is Washington has already made their decision. They're just waiting on Ben Johnson to be done with the playoffs to make their announcement. So I think that's pretty much, the word on the street is Ben Johnson going to Washington. New ownership. It's not the same franchise, people. It will not be the same franchise moving over. Or moving forward, I should say. It will not be the same franchise, which is good for them. Because Dan Snyder ran them into the ground. He ran it into the ground. Just a despicable ownership all the way around. Just had no idea what he was doing. Had bad people in positions. Hired people. Like he hired Steve Spurrier. Steve Spurrier didn't want to coach them, but he took the money. And Dan Snyder was willing to give it to him. How many coaches did he do that to? I'm like, golly, this guy. So, but it's new ownership now. New ownership. We'll see a new day. I think the Commanders will be back, and if they even keep the name Commanders, but I think they'll be back. Give them a couple years, and I think they'll be back competing because they're going to have to turn that entire franchise around, and I think they're on the right path to doing that. So